Hey YouTubers, how's everybody doing? I just wanted to welcome you to my channel and say thanks for tuning in. So today what we're going to be talking about is the keys to success and what does that entail. Today's topic specifically is going to be about roots and are you rooted or not. But first, if you've never seen me before, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Lisa Bodenberg, also known as Lisa Liberty, and I am the founder and CEO of Liberty Bell Fitness. If you don't follow me on Facebook, please go ahead and follow me at Liberty Bell Fitness on Facebook, or on Instagram. You can find me as Lisa Bodenberg or Lisa Liberty Bell Bodenberg. Go ahead, do me a favor, just comment on this video. Just drop a 1 in the comments if you're live, and drop a 2 if this is something that you've seen on a replay. And then just throw out, where you're watching from. It's really cool to find out where my viewers are watching from. But like I said, today what we're going to talk about is keys to success and changing your mindset and motivation. Not only am I a health and fitness coach and nutrition coach, but I'm also a motivational speaker and a motivational coach. So I kind of like to call myself a personal coach because it's all encompassing, right? One of the biggest things that I say is, see it, believe it, achieve it. So you have to have a healthy mind and a healthy body in order to move forward kind of in the fitness world. So my goal here is to make sure that I'm helping others accomplish their goals, really no matter what they are, by means of physical fitness and nutrition, right? So for example, have you ever been just kind of really down in the dumps about something and your mind is down, but you get a good workout in? Let's say you go to the gym or you go for a run, or even if it's just a walk, after dinner, then you start to feel better, right? So there's reasons for that. There's scientific reasons for that. So our hormones are now changing. The endorphins are now being released, right? Serotonin reuptake is greater in the brain. So we're actually feeling a lot better. So that's the reason why I tie those things together, and I make sure it's very specific. Having a healthy mind and a healthy body is very, very important in order for you to achieve your goals, really no matter what they are. So let's break it down. Let's talk about success. What does it take to be successful? What are the keys to success? Well, one of the big keys to success is leadership and learning how to be a good leader. Now, that in itself is a completely different tutorial that I can talk about another time. That's a lot. Leadership breaks down into a lot of different pieces, right? But what we want to focus on today is being rooted. How can we become a good leader, and how can we stay good leaders, right? One of the biggest things that I see is not being rooted. So I actually just came from a class myself, and which is why I'm so energetic and I'm so hyped up right now, and I really want to talk about this and share this with you. So let's start off. Have you ever been a part of anything that included growing, right? So are you a gardener? Let's start with the obvious. Are you a gardener? Have you ever tried to grow your plants or vegetables or things like that, right? What about if it's a business? Are you trying to grow your business? Are you trying to grow in your community? Are you involved with your community? Or are you just trying to grow yourself as a person? And that's really what one of our main focuses here is having yourself grow and learn and become better at no matter what it is that you're doing, right? So, was it fruitful? Was your growing process fruitful? Were there aches and pains along the way? Yes, I'm sure there were, right? There's a lot of things that we need to take and a lot of steps that we need to take in order to get to the point of being fruitful. It's not every day that you can just stop and quit your job, become an entrepreneur, and the next thing you know, you're successful. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it, right? So there's a lot of growing pains, of course, but some of the things that we can stop and we can realize how to mitigate those growing pains is being rooted, and being rooted within your community and what it is that you're trying to grow in, whichever branch or field you're trying to grow in, right? So that old saying, iron sharpens iron, right? So we want to surround ourselves with the right people. We are actually the sum of the 7 closest people that we keep close to us, right? So think about that for a second. Let that sink in. Think about the 7 different people, the 7 closest people to you, and how often you interact with them. Do you find yourself picking up the same mannerisms? Do you find yourself kind of using the same words or the same phrases, right? So if you are trying to focus on one thing and be successful in that area, you should really think about surrounding yourself with other people that are not only successful, but also successful in that area. For example, if you're trying to be a personal trainer, you should surround yourself with successful personal trainers. Learn from them, learn how they grew their business, how they started from the ground, right? So that's just one example of being rooted. So what does it mean to be rooted to you? No, not only does that mean rooted upwards, but that also means rooted wide. So my pastor actually used a really great example. He was talking about the redwoods in California, right? These huge, wide trees, right? And their roots grow incredibly far and wide. Now they're intertwined with each other. So when those storms come, those hard times come, that drought comes, they're rooted with each, and they can help each other to continue to grow. So is that something that you're applying to your life? Are you staying rooted not only upwards with whatever it is that you're trying to do, but are you also staying rooted side to side and surrounding yourself with people who can help you? Because when those hard times come, are you going to be able to lean on somebody? Are you going to be able to know exactly which direction you need to go in, right? So leaning on others and staying rooted within your community is huge. So let's consider the analogy of our life being a seed, right? How does that affect your perspective on your life and your potential? So let's take a step back here. What does a seed do? Well, it kind of depends on the environment that the seed is in, right? So if you have a seed that's just sitting there, right here, I have a seed on my desk. Is it going to grow? Well, on my desk, probably not. But if that seed is planted and rooted and watered and nurtured, well, now it has an opportunity to grow, right? And where is it going to grow? It's going to grow up. Is it going to fall down and grow up tall and then fall down? That depends on how deeply it's rooted. So planting your feet, in other words, planting your roots in what it is that you're doing along with those other community members and getting deep into what it is that you need to do is going to help you, and it's going to help you grow, and it's going to prevent you from falling, right? So what are some of the things that you could do to water that seed? If that seed is what it is, if this seed is representative of you and your life and the goal that you're trying to accomplish, what are things that you can do to be watering that seed? What are some of the things that you can do in order to weed out the weeds? Let's talk about that. Weeding out negativity, weeding out bad influences, weeding out people that don't belong in your life, weeding out people that are going to take away from your goal. Sometimes that even has to do with people that are closest to you. I heard somebody say that it's likely the people that are closest to you that you will lose before you even gain followers, right? And why is that? That's because people that are close to you, they don't want to stop seeing the you that they want you to be. They're not seeing the future. You see your future, you see where you're going, you see your potential, but they're afraid that if you do that and you grow, that you're going to outgrow them, and that they're going to stop having you in their life as the you that they need. But that's not what you want for you, right? That's not a good support system. So sometimes even weeding out people that are closest to us is very important. What's another gardening tip? Pruning. So not only are we weeding out other influences, but we also need to prune. So sometimes we need to pick the dead away from ourselves. So can you look within yourself? Do you need to be pruned? Are you doing the steps that it takes not only in the right direction, but are you also doing the steps that it takes to stop you from going in the wrong direction? Are you making the right choices? Are you using a roadmap? Are you getting the help that you need, right? So talking about growing and watering yourself with knowledge, weeding out the people that don't, or the influences that don't need to be in your life and in your way, and then pruning yourself as well, checking yourself in the mirror and making sure that you're doing the right things, right? So that seed that was just sitting on my desk, well, that's not going to go very far. It's not going to do anything. But if that seed is planted in the right spot, and it's being properly watered with knowledge, it's being properly weeded, and it's being properly pruned, now it has potential to grow far and wide and longer and become more fruitful, right? So how much does that ability affect your need, or how does it affect your ability to now flourish throughout a drought? So what I was saying before, right? The analogy of, if you grow tall but you're not rooted, you can fall over in those low times, because you could be successful. It's very easy for you to actually be successful. That is, let me take that back. It may not be easy for you to be successful, but you might have points where it is extremely easy and you're like, wow, this is through the roof. This is so easy for me. I don't have to put much effort into it. But if things change and now it's on the flip side, now you're left with so to say, a drought, right? So imagine if you are one lonely seedling and you're experiencing a drought. Is that drought going to make or break you? It might, if you didn't properly prepare. It might if you're not deeply rooted, right? So preparing, even when you're in the good times, even when you're in the highs, even when you are successful, preparing for that drought, preparing for those low times, right? So preparation is another one of the huge keys to success. So this analogy that we've been talking about as a seed, how can you better pursue deeper roots in what you're doing? How can you reach out and help others? How can you reach out and get the help that you need? So maybe it's time to step back and take a look at who you're surrounding yourself with. Are you sharpening yourself with knowledge and constantly growing? Are you becoming a leader and being comfortable being uncomfortable? And are you deeply rooted? Because if you're not going to be successful. And if you are, it's going to be short term. We want success for the long term, right? We're not just here for onesies and twosies or for a short while. If you are actually driven, if you are actually hungry, if you actually want to be successful, you're going to do whatever it takes. You're going to prune yourself. You're going to retrain your mindset. You're going to retrain how you do things. You're going to get into a routine. Even if that routine is getting up, and one of my favorite things, I say, wake up and make your bed, right? And why do I say that? I actually got that from a speech from a former Navy SEAL. He said, wake up every day and make your bed, because it sets the tone for you to accomplish your goals. And now you're more likely to accomplish the rest of your goals. And if all else fails, you come home to a made bed. And that in itself is successful. So if you're hungry enough, if you want it enough, if you're serious about being successful, you're going to drive. You're going to do what it takes. You're going to change your mind and change your attitude, and then change your surroundings. So we're going to change our mindset to be successful. We're going to, by pruning ourselves, right? We're going to weed out the negative influences around us, and we're going to continue to get deeply rooted. And that way we can water ourselves with knowledge and grow. These are just some of the simplest keys to success, right? So what did we talk about today? Talked about roots and the importance of them. So to break it down, the keys to success, right? At the top, being successful and what it takes to be successful and having the keys to success. One of those is leadership, right? Being a leader, to become a good leader, you have to learn how to handle fear. How to be fearless, you have to learn how to become deeply rooted. And that's one of the ways when that fear comes, you're going to not only know how to handle it, but you're going to expect it. And now you're going to be better prepared. Again, bringing us back to preparation is one of the keys to success. So being deeply rooted, watering yourself with knowledge, constantly growing, constantly learning, and staying hungry. These are the keys to success. So let me remind you, I'm Lisa Liberty, and I'm here to help you achieve your goals, accomplish whatever it is, and inspire and motivate you to do whatever it is that you can do. Let me remind you, you can do anything you put your mind to. I am a perfect example of that. I am a United States Marine. I am a Huey door gunner. I fly in helicopters when I was told that I couldn't. I'm a boxer. I'm a Golden Gloves boxer, a National Physique Committee bikini competitor, and I'm successful. I am a successful entrepreneur. I am a successful United States Marine. I'm a successful leader. I am successful in the fitness industry, and the list goes on. And guess what? It is not stopping. And the reason I am successful is because I choose to believe that I can do anything I put my mind to. There have been a multitude of people around me that have helped me. Now, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. I am by no means trying to sit here and list my accolades because I have a big head and because I'm trying to be pompous. Absolutely not. I am here to say that I am your average girl that grew up in Buffalo, New York, chose to travel, chose to live different places and take different paths when people told me that I couldn't. I forged my own path, and you can do. You can do anything it is that you put your mind to, and I'm here to show you how. So, have you done what it takes to accomplish your goals today? Thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next time for another episode of Keys to Success. We're going to break down some other things. Again, follow me on Facebook at Lisa Bodenberg, as well as Liberty Bell Fitness. Also follow me on Instagram, Lisa Liberty Bell Bodenberg, and I'll see you soon. Like this post, comment, and share for me, and I'll talk to you guys later.